There's been quite a few players in the past few days have had their say about Kobbie Mainoo, Paul Scholes, Mickey Butler, Rio Ferdinand. I don't want to get you on Kobbie again, I know you've talked about that, but as a manager, as the head coach here, how frustrating is it for you to have ex-players and pundits having their say like this? I mean, there's been previous people that have been in your seat there who have got very frustrated about ex-players here being quite vocal about what happened.
I think it's I think it's normal. I think it's a fact that me as a manager of Manchester United, I think we are underachieving. We should have more points, especially this season. So I take it that naturally. Sometimes they don't have all the information, and they see Manchester United with the standards that they lived here, always winning. So it's hard for them to see their club in this situation. About Kobbie, I can speak about Kobbie every press conference. Sometimes it's harder for me to speak after the game. So it's always the same situation for me. All of them are the same. I know that for you guys there are some players that you believe a lot, and I believe a lot. But sometimes I have to make a choices. We play with two midfielders in these games. We could change in the future, but Kobbie Mainoo is playing in the same position as Bruno Fernandes, and sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's really hard to take Bruno Fernandes out of the team, and that is the only reason.
But when they speak, is it not making your job harder? Or you mentioned before that you can tune the noise out. Is what they say making your job harder?
No, it's not winning. I think not winning is the issue. Of course, you can point a lot of things, and they point a lot of things that we need to improve, but the big issue is not winning. If I'm winning, I can go to the games in a horse, arrive there, playing with just two defenders, and everything will be fine. The problem is that me as a manager, I'm not doing good enough. And that is a fact also, and I can accept that. So that is the only problem for them, is that Manchester United is not winning and is not in the position that's supposed to be.
Just on the ex-players, is that something that happened when you were in Lisbon as well, or have you found it to be different here, the way that the ex-players speak in the media?
No, here it's completely different. We have the best league in the world, and there's a lot of things around the game, and you can... Every press conference I leave here and I'm going to give an interview. So it's a completely different world. And again, in Sporting there is no issue because we were winning all the time. So if you are winning, there is no issue. So accolades. So I understand that. So and that's okay.
Hi, Ruben. Ben's obviously been out for about 5 weeks now. We had probably a bit of a slowish start to his United career. Obviously, with Brian going away to AFCON, there's a need for a forward to step up now. Is there a chance this spell out the team might have given him a chance to kind of just reset and come back, and we'll maybe see the best of him over December and January?
I think it's not just Ben, but everyone. I think we need to adapt a little bit the way we are going to play the games. And that is a good opportunity to do that, because we cannot think that we are going to play the same way without Ahmad, Brian and Us, but especially Ahmad and Brian, because of the characteristics that is really hard to get. They have more or less the same characteristics, both of them, and we are losing them for a few games, but it's a good opportunity for us to try to play in a different way.
Ruben, you said earlier, in response to one of the questions, that Bournemouth have a special player. Is that Antoine Semenyo?
Yes.
Would you like him in your team?
No, it's not that case. I think there is a lot of special players in the league. What I feel is that it's, to summarize, the top manager, top team. I really like the team, and the top player I think is a special player.
And just on the centre backs you were discussing earlier, I think you've made substitutions to centre back 19 times this season. Is that just for the load management of those players, where a few of them are picking up?
Sometimes it's a little bit bad luck. Aiden was suffering and asked us to change. Nus had that knock and asked us. I was talking about that. Diogo is a defender, not a centre back. Had an issue. Most of the times, Harry Maguire sometimes has an issue. Sometimes is that situation that occurs a lot of times. So sometimes it's a tactical issue because I believe that those are the guys that have to start all the plays and the quality comes from them. But a lot of times also that we need to change because of the physical aspect.
Ruben, you were very honest in your answer to Chris there when you were saying it's about winning matches, and you say I'm not good enough. Who do you lean on when you're in this kind of position where you do think you need improvement in areas?
Myself. I just watched the games, and sometimes we play well, sometimes we are not consistent. I think we need to work on the variability of the way we play, especially in the build-up. I think I need to find different ways to take all the juice from the team, from the squad. I think I need to inspire a lot of players that are not playing in a different way, and that's maybe something about the way we play. So I'm just trying to find out solutions to win more games.
Just ask you quickly on Luke Shaw. He's played the third most minutes of any United player this season behind Bruno and Brian and Mbeumo. Last season, in previous seasons, he's not been available that much. What do you think's kind of changed?
I think it changed the position. I think it helps Luke Shaw to cope with everything. We are taking care of his body. Now is not a concern. I think he feels motivated. Maybe it's also something that helps Luke Shaw. That's it. Sometimes it's just one season that you feel better. You are understanding better your body. I don't know the specific reason, but I feel that Luke Shaw is in a good moment.
James?
Ruben, obviously, it's impossible to keep every player happy at the best of times, all the more so when you've got one game a week. But I think obviously Cobby was interested in going out on loan in the summer. If he comes to you and says that's what I want in January, will you sanction that given how little playing time he is getting?
First of all, the team. I said the same thing. The team comes first. And if Cobby comes to me and talk to me, I will talk with him. I'm not going to say what I'm going to say to Cobby, but I will be really pleased if Cobby is coming to talk to me about that. I just want my players happy, and I understand that every individual has their goals, and the frustration it doesn't help anybody. But again, the focus is in this game, and we will see if that happens.
Have you not had that real conversation with him this season then in terms of him airing his frustrations?
Not about that. I had some conversations with him and especially last year and with other players, but about that subject, no, I didn't speak with him.
You're the sort of manager who, if players want to discuss that, you're open to it?
Completely open. Yeah. I think that is clear. What I don't promise is I have my ideas, and that is also clear, that I will not change if I don't believe it, but I'm open to speak with any player. I love that.
Just following up on that, could Cobby Mainoo not play in Casemiro's position? He seems technically and smart enough.
Yes.
Well, the reason I'm asking, you always say that he's competing with Bruno, which I completely respect. Yeah. But what about that position? Because Casemiro sometimes comes off after 60, 65 minutes. You know, so.
Against, I think, against West Ham was Mainoo that comes for Bruno position. Bruno goes up because I was feeling that with 10 minutes is going to be long balls, second balls, and I was thinking that. I think was against Everton. I took Casemiro out, I think, and I put Cobbs in that because we were trying to play a different game. He can play in that position, but it's hard sometimes. If you look at our team with Cunha, Brian, sometimes Bruno, that you guys say that is a number 10. Sometimes Cobby Mainoo, you have to think I'm the guy for blocking transitions, all these things, and he needs to spend more time there. But he can be in the future that position. So I don't know what is going to happen. Again, I'm always talking about the same thing. Toby, and his injury is returning here. He played. He's from the academy. He played here. Went to West Bromwich. He's not playing. He played for Manchester United. So sometimes it's not because he's from the academy or whatever. It's the situation, what's happened. I don't know what is going to be the future. let's see after this match.
May I just ask respectfully, do you actually rate him as a footballer? Do you think he's a very good player?
Of
So you did
course.
start I know you sort of chuckle at this, and I understand why about him starting the Euro final for England. But do you actually rate him as a proper?
Of course, like everyone else, like everyone else. What the problem is that we are playing with two, and you guys see Kobe in the different way that I'm seeing. Sometimes maybe if you play with three midfielders, not with just two, but with the three, Kobe would have more minutes. And imagine that this happens, someone in front is going to lose their spot. So sometimes it's just the moment. And again, I think I proved that. If you change my mind, because Miro I think, is the biggest example. He was behind Toby, and now he's a starter.
So on that note, would you prefer, well maybe he has been, you can't tell us, but would you like to be more proactive in coming to you and saying, look, head coach, what do I need to do? You know, what part of my game do I need to improve, you know?
Because it's like any other player. The door is open for any player to change my mind. But in the end, it's going to be the training, the games. Of course, he's not playing so many games, but Cobbs had opportunity, especially last year. Everyone had. Amas is now struggling in championship. Shido is not always a starter in under 21. All these guys played when a lot of people were saying sack the manager. So you can see that I'm not worried. In that time, all everybody. So I'm not here. I'm just look at the team and try to win the next game and try to think about the team. I will do that until the end. Cobbs is one more player that I understand all the interest. I understand how important it is. The hopes that you guys as an English guys has. I also just want to win, and if he's the right guy, I will put him. No problem.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you guys.